Imagine someone insulting you in front of others. Your heart races, your face flushes red, your whole being screams that you have to defend yourself, but the person next to you hears the exact same insult and doesn't even bat an eye. Same words, same situation, two completely different reactions. What did they know that you didn't? There's a psychological technique that therapists use when dealing with toxic people, and most of us haven't even heard of it. It's not about being tough. It's not about swallowing your feelings either. It's about understanding what's really going on in a conflict and why most of us are playing this game all wrong. In this video, you'll learn why people even try to provoke you, the hidden pattern behind every toxic interaction, and at the end, I'll show you exactly how to become psychologically untouchable. But first, you have to understand what's really happening when someone attacks you. Here's something no one tells you about conflicts. In most fights, it's not about winning, it's about making the other person feel satisfied. Think about the last time someone got under your skin. Maybe it was a sarcastic comment, maybe they doubted your intelligence, or made fun of something you cared about. Do you remember that wave of emotions that hit you? That desperate need to respond, to correct, to explain? That exact feeling, that exact reaction was exactly what they wanted. And here's the truth. Toxic people don't attack you because they hate you. They attack you because they're after something they can't create themselves. Emotional energy, validation, a sense of power. When you react, when you play their game, when you respond, you're not defending yourself, you're feeding them. Every sharp reply, every desperate explanation, every moment you spend justifying your worth is like fuel to their fire. You think you're protecting yourself, but really you're giving them exactly what they came for. Your attention, your time, your emotional energy. It's like coworkers who raise their voices in meetings because they know you'll defend yourself. But one day, you just stay silent, and they freeze mid-sentence. The game is over. Because without your reaction, there's nothing left to play with. They keep throwing the same bait because they know you'll take it. The provocative midnight message, the subtle insult disguised as a joke, the question designed just to trap you into explaining yourself. They don't want an answer. They want a spark. But then you become someone who doesn't take the bait, someone who hears the insult and treats it like background noise. Someone who stays completely calm in a room full of hidden hostility. They don't ignore the toxicity. They simply refuse to participate in it. What's their secret? There's one important thing they understand. You can't win a game you've already decided not to play. But if not reacting makes things worse, then what should you do? If reacting only makes everything messier, why do we keep doing it? Because we've been taught that silence means weakness. They told us if you don't defend yourself, people will walk all over you. They said if you don't respond, it means you've accepted the insult. So we start explaining, arguing, trying to make them understand. But here's the problem. You can't reason with someone who's emotionally invested in misunderstanding you. How many times have you lost your calm just to prove you're right? And how many times did you really win? They're not listening to your words. They're feeding off your feelings. Every explanation is just another weak spot for them. Every defense is a new target. And the worst part? Usually, the people who push your buttons the most know you best. They know exactly which buttons to press. They know your insecurities. They know how to say something that cuts deep into your core. So what's the solution? How do you protect yourself without becoming cold or unfeeling? By making yourself strategically uninteresting. Most people misunderstand emotional distance. They think it means shutting down, building walls, cutting people off. But that's just another reaction. Real power isn't about how loud you yell back or how dramatically you walk away. Real power is how little the chaos of others can shake you. Be like Wi-Fi. If they can't connect, they can't drain your energy. Imagine someone insults you, waiting for a reaction, but instead of defending yourself, you say something completely neutral. Interesting. I heard what you said, or just, okay. What happens then? You didn't give them the emotional charge they wanted. You didn't respond to be a victim, nor did you defend to keep the fight going. You showed up, but you weren't reactive. That means you chose where to invest your emotional energy. When you stop feeding toxic patterns, they slowly die out. Someone who used to ruin your day with one sentence now has to try harder. And when that doesn't work, they get tired. They move on to someone else to stir the pots. When you don't react, you realize you've just gained a whole day of peace. No fights, no explanations, no playing anyone's game. And here's the main technique: the gray rock method. Simple but powerful. You become like a gray rock, unexciting, steady, calm, neutral, and even a little boring. In practice, that means minimal feelings, minimal information, short, neutral responses, no explanations that can be twisted, no justifying, no defending. You can feel anger, sadness, pain, but you don't have to perform those feelings in a way others can use against you. Real power isn't in quick reactions, it's in not reacting. Save your vulnerability for those who deserve it. Save your explanations for those who truly want to understand the rest. Gray rock. And once you learn this, something strange happens. People still talk, still try to provoke, but you no longer feel it. Their voices fade away, and for the first time, you really breathe. You're no longer controlled by others' chaos. The coworker who used to ruin your day becomes background noise. The family member who always pushed your buttons still tries, but nothing happens. This is true peace, not the absence of conflict, but having a choice. You choose what touches you, what's worth your energy, who gets to enter your inner world, and the strongest reaction, no reaction at all. While others are trapped in the cycle of reacting, you're building something real. This is the ultimate move. Not fighting better, but not fighting at all. You become the gray rock, strong, calm, unshakable. And in your silence, you find a power no argument can give you. When you stop playing the game ends. The problem isn't you. The problem is you're no longer feeding them. So next time someone tries to drag you into chaos, remember, you don't owe anyone a reaction. Stay strong. Stay calm. Be the gray rock. Someone who can't be provoked can't be controlled. And that's the first step. And if you want to stop reacting to toxic words and emotional games and really find peace, tell me in the comments, when was the last time someone really upset you, and what happened? Don't forget to subscribe so we can grow stronger together and end these games for good.